What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the AEW Dynamite Review Show. It is Wednesday, July 16th. Come on, start the baby clap, the baby face clap over here, because we back. We got to get the pop in here. We got a new intro. We got new overlays. Too bad our faces are still the same, but we're here. What up, Reg?
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster. Great intro to start the show. It's like, whoa, me and my friend have been through a lot to get here. That's touching. It's amazing, and it's great. I'm happy that you guys are all here. That was really cool.
Yeah, dude, our intro, our old one was super outdated.
It was so old.
I had Toni Storm when she wasn't even timeless yet.
Yeah, she's like with the Outcast. I'm like, Toni Storm is not a part of the Outcast.
I had Britt Baker on there.
Yeah,
I had everything. Like, I still had Sting and Darby were still on it together. Like, it was super outdated. So it was annoying me every time I would roll our intro. I was mad at it every single time because I thought, yo.
It was our first intro, and it's been like 2 years. It's been a long time, Denise. Like, we've been moving through this thing.
Exactly. So shout out to Cookie Guys here, Justin, who made this new intro. Thank you very much. It was very, very fun. I liked it. Just good stuff all around. So I'm happy we're here. Reg, we weren't here last week because I was in New York. Did you head out to Dallas on Thursday or Wednesday?
I had a red-eye flight on Wednesday night.
Yeah, so you were in Dallas Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Monday?
4 straight days of heat in Dallas, Arlington, whatever you want to say, Texas. It was very hot. It was very sticky. There was some 12-hour straight days of me working or talking about wrestling or doing something. It was pretty ridiculous. I was like, it should be chill. It won't be like WrestleMania weekend where there's stuff going on the whole time. There's not as many shows, but like we got up multiple days and like worked the whole day or like did stuff the whole day. So it was amazing. So great seeing so many supporters and people at StarCast. So many people came up to us and were like either Grapsity or a lot of people were like, you and Denise, I love the California connection. I love the post show. I'm here, blah, blah, blah. So I heard that so many times, Denise. I was like, this is awesome. This is amazing. And they don't know our place in this space, and they need to start recognizing, Denise.
I love it. No, it was very fun. That's always my favorite thing. I was only there for a few hours at StarCast. I like got to see a bunch of people, and it was just cool. It was a cool experience overall. And I'm sure getting to be at All In was a lot of fun. And it was fun here doing the watch along because I ended up doing an 8-hour stream that day. So we did
clip. I was like, 8 hours. Oh my God, that's crazy.
And had I done the 0 hour, that shit would have been 10 hours, bro.
And that was a solo stream, Denise. How do you talk for 8 hours by yourself?
Dude, I don't know, man. But coming out of that show the next day, I was like, like I can barely speak. Like my throat, you know, when you feel like your throat did like it was lifting weights, like so sore. My throat, that's what it felt like.
And that wasn't it, right? Because you did another stream right afterwards. You freaking sicko.
Bro, the next day I was back for Evolution, and then the next day I was back for Raw. So honestly, shout out to my voice because it was able to hang in there. And I thought I was cooked. After the 8-hour stream, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not.
What do you do to soothe that throat? Do you have any throat coat? We need some tips too.
Nothing. I just go raw, baby. I just go raw.
You just start again? You don't do nothing for that
I don't do nothing. No, I literally just pray to the heavens and I'm like, let's see if we can make it.
No
and I
tea, just press on like nothing. Nothing for your
Reg, have you met me? When the hell do you see me having tea? When am I, Queen Elizabeth?
Listen, you got to coat that throat, Denise. Coat that throat.
That sounds terrible. Anyways, coming off of AEW All In, we are now on to what I like to say, a new era of AEW. Do you feel that way?
It felt that way with this show, Denise. The vibes, the energy felt a little bit different. I think starting the show with the new AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page was the perfect way to do it. Him kind of going out and being like, I did it, you guys, but really you guys did it. This was all for you. Like, we had to get to this point because Jon Moxley and the Death Riders were driving us up the wall. But beyond that, like seeing like Athena and seeing like all these other people kind of involved in the show. It feels like we're on to a new era, a new day, and like what's going to be different from this than the last era, Denise? That's what I'm kind of interested in.
I think right now, with what I'm hoping for is for the work rate to go up in the AEW. Like, because Hangman Page to me is such a strong wrestler, and that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see more high work rate matches because that is what Hangman Page could say.
Right.
And we've already have these top main eventer guys. Is like we're seeing people just go out there and fucking kill it. Now I want to see it like that, specifically tied to the AEW World Champion.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
Because I've been thinking about immediately, I started thinking when Hangman won the championship about those times, the streams that we had where we would cover a full AEW pay-per-view, then they get to Moxley.
Revolution. Revolution was the big one. Revolution, I think, was the eye-opener for a lot of people.
Yeah. And so knowing we saw that amazing show, like 5 hours worth of heat, and then we got to the main event and we were turned off, like I'm so happy that we get to not do that essentially. And thinking back to like Hangman and Ospreay, and like if the championship hadn't been involved in that match, how much higher the stakes and how much higher everything would have been. So knowing that Hangman's now going to be moving forward as the world champion and we're going to be getting high profile matches like this, it's very exciting.
Dude, that's what I want to, because now I'm looking at this and I'm seeing like the pool of just people that he could have matches with in general. Yeah. That's what I'm excited about. And that's why I was excited about him winning the title and kind of moving on from this whole, hey, like what exactly are we doing with the championship picture? But like even him going out today and having the championship belt, I mean, you could have, it was like I'd never seen a championship belt before in my life. That's how I felt. I'm like, it's so pretty. It's so shiny. And look at his clothes and his hair match along with it. How crazy it is that just seeing the championship belt feels like a big deal.
That's funny because Phil and I kind of talked about that on Grapsity about how like, because a lot of people coming out of this, Denise, are like, this was all a success. The Death Riders thing was great. We loved every moment of it. They stuck the landing. And it's like, that's not necessarily true. There was moments where Denise and I specifically were like, we hated that shit. We didn't want it. We don't want that. So for like them to come after it and be like, now we can try to stick the landings on these shows, on these pay-per-views, and have this guy specifically as it is great. His aesthetic is crazy, like you're saying, Denise. Like, I don't know, maybe because the AEW World Championship kind of looks like a big belt buckle, like a big cowboy belt buckle specifically.
It does.
So it really fits him, like his like what he's wearing out of the ring, not as wrestling, and like that he could wear that to the club, I think, and it would
he could wear that to Whole Foods.
He could wear that to Whole Foods to get a sandwich and everything would be fine. It just fits him. And it's funny, Denise, we've been so deprived of the AEW World Championship that now just getting a glimpse of it is like the coolest thing we've ever seen. Like now you're going to start selling that championship. Now it's going to start meaning something different.
Yep, I feel the same way. So that's what I'm excited about, and I can't wait to really get that ball rolling. But Hangman just went out there, and the big thing that we got from this was he was thanking people that helped him along this journey to defeating Jon Moxley, and he built up to the moment, obviously got Bryan in there, Will, Darby, and everybody was waiting for the moment when he finally had to say Swerve Strickland. Hearing him say Swerve, and he did it really quick, thank you. It was one of those things where I thought, damn, this really has been such a long journey. And it just kind of goes back to show how invested we all were in Swerve and Hangman, to the point where we're so excited about the idea of him just thanking the man.
Yeah, that's where we've gotten. It was like a few months ago, I was like, I'm ready to see these guys get back in the ring, maybe fight each other again. And then there was a time where they teased them maybe being like a tag team for a week or two. And I was like, I don't really like that. And at the end of this feud, or end of when Hangman going into the All In match and what they did on Collision, and they kind of had the guys sit down face to face, talk about their problems, address the issues, the elephants in the room. And so they tied that loose end up, and they really tied it in the pay-per-view. So I felt like it was a good little kind of nod just to be like, thanks, Swerve, because you don't have to really get into it. You don't have to get back to it. Like, we understand what the moment is. I think they still have unfinished business though, Denise. That's why I kind of left like that.
They're always gonna have unfinished business. This is a forever thing, whether they're friends or enemies or just acquaintances. They're always going to have something.
Because I want to see them wrestle for the AEW World Championship now, because I'm like, oh, the title's going to be involved. We got to do this now. But I understand sitting, letting
Reg,
it wait,
they had a long-term relationship. They broke up now. It's amicable. Now I want to see Hangman with other people, okay?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. I don't want to, we don't have to just get right back to it. I'm just like, get back to it.
Chapter. No,
I want to see him kiss again.
Rewind the scene. Rewind the scene. Me when I was watching Bridgerton. Okay. Shout out to the Bridgerton peeps out here. Anybody here who watches Bridgerton is like, yo, Denise knows what's up. There was a carriage scene, Reg, in Bridgerton that I like screamed at when I was watching it. Anyways, moving on.
Is that the dumb wallpaper you showed us earlier? That guy's from Bridgerton?
No, that's not the guy from Bridgerton. That's the guy from Pride and Prejudice. Reg, can you please learn I don't even know. All right, whatever.
No.
Anthony Cruz. He says, I've been MIA from here for a while, y'all. AEW is up. Well, Anthony, thank you so much for showing some love on here, coming back to the stream. Hopefully you stick with us, hang out with us, and watch this new era of AEW come through. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, we got Cobb Clam here who says, Denise and Reg, peep my Drew McIntyre promo flip. CM Punk, you never drink, you never do drugs, yet you spend all your time in Riyadh. What? Wait, hold on. Was this supposed to be Drew's promo to CM Punk?
Spend all your time in Riyadh. Was it supposed to rhyme, or was it?
No, it's basically like a contradicting of.
Oh, gotcha. It's
like,
flip.
Right, it's a flip. It's, hey, you know, you don't drink, you don't do drugs because they're considered bad, but you're in Riyadh where all of these other things are happening.
I'm caught up.
Look at us. Like, we're getting smarter by the minute, Reg. Wow.
It's a new era, Denise. You said it. You already said it. This is a new era.
Get this. I can even do math now.
Yeah, in this era, things are different, and Denise can do math.
2 + 2 = 4. All right, we got Orion Ben 666 here who says donating to the Reg Tranquilizer Fund. Have fun, kids.
The Reg Tranquilizer Fund is insane, but yeah, thank you.
Remember we used to have the Reg Weed Fund?
Yes.
We need to bring that back.
All right, bring it back.
We got, thank you, Orion Ben. We got Alejandro Reyes here who says, Reg, Mother Wayne, what were Nick and Kip Sabian saying? Yeah, can you like rehash this? Like, I'm not going to break it down. You break it down.
Nick Wayne, okay, there's a scene. They go backstage. It's Nick Wayne, Kip Sabian, and Mother Wayne. And so Mother Wayne is looking like $5 million worth of just existence. I don't know what Christian was doing to her. He's keeping her subdued. He had her wearing jackets and like being in the back. But today, listen, she was on screen. Her son was talking. I don't know one word he said. I don't know who he was talking to. I don't know what his belt was. I don't know what he did this weekend. Kip Sabian talked. I couldn't tell you one word he said, one syllable. I couldn't tell you nothing. Mama Wayne even talked. I don't know what one word. I don't know nothing. Nothing. All I could see is what I can see, and it was great. The rest of Dynamite was just a cherry on top because that was the show right there, you know?
They could have literally been calling you out, Reg. They could have been like, Reginald Gaines.
They could have been like, this guy's terrible. Righteous Reg is the worst in the world. We hate him. He's dumb. And I would have been like, that was the greatest segment in
like,
AEW
I didn't hear
history.
Anything.
Didn't hear it. What'd they say, Denise?
What?
What did
bro,
they say?
I was just keeping up with the chat during that. I was having the best time reading everyone's
You're
comments.
supposed to be on the show, Denise, when I'm mesmerized and my eyes stop working.
Yeah, but I was having fun making memes.
Damn, there was a lot too. It wasn't just me. It was you guys too. Not just me.
That's why I was saying I was having fun reading the chat and everyone's comments.
I was having fun too. A lot of fun.
Basically, Kip Sabian, Nick, and Mother Wayne, they were backstage, and Kip said that he was the one who chose Christian Cage as a father figure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they just like realized what their real purpose was, and then Mother Wayne said that Cage was in trouble, or had trouble on Saturday, the day of the pay-per-view.
Nice. Great promo. All of those people.
That's all I could like remember. I'm like, oh, I don't fucking know.
Amazing. I'm happy you screwed Christian. It was great.
We're the worst AEW recap show of all time. What came out? Mother Wayne was so gorgeous. Reg stopped breathing, and Denise was just making jokes.
Easy as that.
This
great
is segment. Grounds for cancellation, Reg.
Great segment. 5 stars on the Meltzer scale.
7 had she been in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, exactly.
Had Mama Wayne been in the Tokyo Dome?
We going yard, brother.
Thank you, Alejandro. We got Luis Arturo Mendez here who says, yo, that new intro is lit. Was wondering, is there a full version to that song? Nah, Reg was just like, I'm only going to work and make 45 seconds of it.
Yeah, now that is the full version. You hear it on the song. Like, that's the most that you could get. I stopped rapping like
it's
there was all over.
46 seconds. I told Reg, hey, Reg, why don't you make a theme for us? And Reg was like, all right, here's 46 seconds.
Take this 46 and we're out of here, bro. See ya. Yeah, that's it. That's the full one. I can sing you the song, though, if you want.
Thank you, Luis Arturo Mendez. We got Infamous Raider Loco with a very generous super chat. He says, shout out for the new intro. Loved it and was happy for this watch along. The Kelly Connection back together. Missed you guys. Been on vacation since last Friday and been enjoying it. Great weekend of wrestling and Denise live streams as always. Much love and respect to you both. Kelly, baby. Yo,
Let's
this is the time of the year where people are going on vacations. They're doing things. They're going outside. I don't got any plans to go outside for the rest of this month.
Oh, are you staying inside, Denise? Look at
Staying
you.
inside, bro. Staying inside.
Happy.
Too much sun.
I'm proud of you. I also don't believe you because I feel like tomorrow somebody could be like, hey, Denise, we need you to come out. And you're like, all right, here I go. I'm on my way, because that's kind of how your life works. But
yeah, I'm actually lying. I got a couple things lined up this month.
I'm going to let you live, though, because you did take a vacation, and I'm proud of you. You took a vacation, Denise. That was real.
I did. I didn't respond to people's text messages. I wasn't on social media.
You weren't. You little liar.
What do you mean?
You had a busted open show.
Wait, what?
You had a busted open show.
Yeah, but that was Thursday night. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and most of Thursday, I was living the life.
Nice. Good for you. What'd you do?
Well, I went on the Beast, which is like a speedboat on New York.
Ah, never heard of that.
And I went to go see The Great Gatsby.
Oh, look at that.
And then I ate pizza. Oh, the pizza place I went to was called John on Bleecker Street or John on Bleecker Street, something like that. When I walked in, because it's like a really famous pizza place, apparently, they had Samoa Joe's picture on the wall, and he had signed it because he had been there and had pizza. And I thought, oh shit, me and Samoa Joe. Like, who would have thought? Think of all of the pizza places twins in all of New York, and I go to the one that Samoa Joe's picture is on the wall.
How was the pizza?
Oh, it was amazing.
Bomb.
I fucked it up. I was like, I get it. I get why this place has a line.
I understand why Samoa Joe came here. Yes.
I understand why Samoa Joe came here. Yes.
Amazing.
Raider Loco.
Thanks, Raider Loco. Appreciate you, big dog.
He also says, no lie, when Hangers took off his belt, it matched his belt buckle. It looks great on him for sure. No, it really does, man.
It fits the aesthetic, really. I mean, we all kind of expected this, but to really see it and it's executed, it's like, damn, I'm kind of happy they waited this time.
We got PLG here who says Hangman gets the bout, but Darby ends the Death Riders. It has to, right? Like, that was a story that culminated, what was it, the end of last year, October, because it was Wrestle Dream, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
Wrestle Dream.
I think the homie PLG might be spitting here because we all saw that little thing that Darby said the other day where he said the world title doesn't matter to him. Like, he's like, that's not the end all be all for me. I'm just kind of here for this wild ride. And I think him not having the focus on the belt and just trying to end the Death Riders is a really good story to tell.
Right. So we did see him at the closing of the show kind of staring down Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley had the ghost of girlfriend's past look on his face. And so I do think they need to resurface that. And here's the thing. This is why I'm actually interested in this. Well, because I'm a big fan of Darby Allin. Yes. But I think that they're not going to have like your traditional kinds of matches with Jon Moxley and Darby. I feel like with Jon Moxley and Darby, you got to get hardcore. You know, we got to see like that. We got to see some violence. We got to see some blood. And I just think that that's what kind of works for Mox a lot more. To me, that's what I find the most entertaining. And so that's what I want to see. So I want to see him take out everybody. Claudio, Wheeler Yuta, Marina Shafir even. I don't care. Throw Marina versus Darby. Well, it's 2025. Let's fucking go.
That shit would be tight, though.
Bro, she fucking took a dead eye on the fucking chair table. Yeah. And then she took a buckshot lariat the week before that. Come on. Also, we got to book Hangman versus Marina at this point.
Definitely. They've been fighting for months now at this point. They both need to get their licks back. So just book the match.
Right. So with Darby and Jon Moxley, though, I think that's a story that we definitely needed to see close out. And then from there, let's see what happens, man. I still want to see Darby be an AEW World Champion, but I do recognize that there's like a million other people still in that. There's still a couple of people. Okay, let me ask you a question. I'll ask this question to the chat too. Your top 5 after Hangman, your top 5 guys that you're like, all right, we need to definitely see this guy in contention for the AEW World. Not in contention, but actually champion.
Osprey's number 1.
Osprey's definitely number 1. It's got to be on everyone's list.
I think Darby is on that list.
Darby, cool. I agree.
Swerve, of course, you guys know.
Going back, running back.
I think that he has something to do to come back. I want to say Kyle Fletcher, but I don't know
if
too
soon. It's too soon.
Yeah.
Maybe in like 2 years or a year or so. Too soon still, but it will happen though for Kyle.
Max. Like Max Max might be the one to beat Hangman at this point.
Yep, I'm with you on that.
And then who's the 5th?
I gotta say Takeshita for me.
Yes.
But they got to do a little bit more work, I think, and more so.
Like he's on there, but he's the farthest one over there.
It's not. Has nothing to do with his ability of wrestling. No, that's the thing that's going to get him there. But it's putting him prime front and center in the AEW audience's mind,
right,
to see him in that light.
Yes, and like it's gonna take we're gonna need the Darby and the Ospreys and the Max and all that to happen before, but it's definitely going to happen.
Everyone's saying Jay White in the comments, but here's the thing, guys. I thought Jay White was going to be champion. When he made his debut, I said Jay White's going to be champion by the end of the year. I couldn't have been more wrong. And so now I feel like I'm in a place where I'm not even going to try to predict Jay White anymore. Everything that I've tried to predict for Jay White has not come to fruition. So I think I'm better off not predicting. But everyone here knows I want Jay White on top. But the way everything has sort of gone down for him in AEW, it just hasn't, the stars haven't aligned for him yet.
Jay White is going to exist in the other world title division, the one that Okada, the unified championship. I think that's Jay White's space to exist in with the people that are going to be involved in that. I don't see him winning the AEW World Championship over the guys that we said. Like, he could, and I think that what he represents, and he would be an amazing champion. I don't know if he's going to, though.
All right. We also got, let me see, where are we at? We got Terrence Johnson here who says, just have Darby do a 97 Sting instead of promos where he just watches from afar. Hey, he did that today, so let's go. But I want to keep seeing Darby like this.
I want to see him wrestle, though.
He's so fun. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Sting didn't wrestle for a full year in 97, and we can't do that.
Bro, I just want to see Darby back in the ring. I can't wait. You think that they're gonna have him do a match before or until he gets in there with Mox?
No, they're gonna have him do a match before.
What's next? Forbidden Door?
Yes. No. All Out.
No, All Out's after, bro.
All Out's after?
When's All Out?
All
Out, I'm pretty sure, is after
Forbidden
Door. All Out, hold on. All Out 2025.
When's Forbidden Door? I don't know nothing.
Forbidden Door is at the end of next month.
Is it the end of August?
Yeah, All Out September 20th. Okay. You're way off, bro.
I don't know shit. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, so Forbidden Door, then All Out.
And they're not gonna do that match at Forbidden Door.
No,
it's not a Forbidden Door match.
No.
So probably All Out.
All Out.
I said. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Terrence. We got Lawrence Ross. Lawrence, thank you so much for this generous super chat. Lawrence says, hey, I see Lisa that said there wasn't a show last week. Reg, I didn't want to forget mad props for Busted Open last week with Jay Hood. Way to rep and all your content from last week. I died during the Timeless interview. How'd you enjoy interviewing Toni?
It was so fun. Like, I've seen her interview with a bunch of people before, and it seemed like fun. And it was just like that, like exactly how I was talking about Kyle Fletcher earlier, and Kyle Fletcher just seemed like a pro and just ready for this. Toni was so like, bam, let's get into, like, it didn't take anything. Like, all the questions, she knew exactly where to go with them. Just like the utmost professional, sweet as ever can be, too. Just like, I can't say more cool things about her. That shit was so awesome. And thanks, Lawrence. That Busted Open was super fun being on there. I'd like to be featured on there more. I'd have fun talking shit on there. It was a great time.
By the way, can we please shout out your friend for getting you on Busted Open first?
Who?
Me! I brought you on long time even before Jonathan Hood. Where's
Who?
the credit for that?
What friend? What are you talking about?
Me! Didn't I bring you on like 2 times?
I've never been on your show.
Wow, no credit. You know what? I'm ditching you and I'm gonna bring Phil on.
Wow. Denise, bring me on your new show. I could talk TNA.
I'm gonna bring Phil on, okay? Since everybody always mixes you guys up.
They do. You saw it in action, Denise, with your own eyes.
It was so funny. I was with Phil, and we were in an elevator with Will, and Phil walked in with us, and somebody was like, "Hey, yo, Reg!" And Phil was like, I don't even think Phil corrected him, actually. I think Phil just went with it. And I was just standing there watching, like, what?
Oh my god, he just went with it. It's so funny because, like,
I don't think he corrected him. I don't think he did. Maybe he did, but if he did, he did it very subtly.
He would. I mean, that's Phil.
Yeah, exactly. But it was so funny because I always hear you guys talk about that, but I've never actually seen it happen.
It happens pretty often. Like, hey, Phil. I'm like, nope, I'm Reg. Or hey, Reg. That's Phil. I'm over here.
Y'all should get like one of you should get a face tattoo. Who's it gonna be? You or Phil?
Why, Denise? I have tattoos already, so I guess it would be me. But I don't want to do that.
Get your own face on your neck.
Why can't you just know it's me?
I don't know. I'm trying to help here.
I'm me.
We got Con Clement here who says Toni Storm opened a pawn and trade shop with great timeless and priceless rate. I might sell my Rolex for cash, but I'll trade my watch for the shoe. I have no idea what I just read.
I'll trade my watch for the shoe. See, you got to like put emphasis on things. Exclamation points, hats.
Well, can we talk about the Toni Storm promo?
Let's do it.
Toni Storm came out and she said a bunch of things, bro. Mind you, this is her celebration for retaining the championship against Mercedes Moné. But the cool part, on top of all of the little things that Toni likes to throw into her promos, all of the innuendos and things like that, we then had her on the screen, Athena and Billy Starks appear. And as we all know, Athena won the Casino Gauntlet. Dude, Athena versus Toni is gonna happen. Like, how are you feeling about this?
So many emotions, honestly. Seeing Athena on Dynamite. No, seeing Athena, first of all, kill it on Friday night at Ring of Honor against Thunder Rosa. Then go the next day to the AEW All In the Women's Gauntlet and get that reception, first of all, in Texas. Gigantic reception. And for her to win. And we've been for years at this point now, Denise being like, please get Athena on TV. Please get her on Dynamite. Please get her featured in higher and bigger things. And after what she did with Mercedes earlier this year, I was like, oh, it's lit. She should be locked into this. And so it's been a slow process, but now we're here. This is the biggest moment and stage you can have as a women's wrestler in AEW. Toni Storm has a big prize. Athena has been fighting like she wants that belt for a long time. So when the match fucking happens, these women are about to go crazy. So happy that she's getting this opportunity already. Toni Storm, I think, was awesome in this promo as always. The innuendo that she added in inspired Denise to get some things done. So that's going to be a thing. But I think the promo was really about her giving it up to Mercedes. Like underneath that, it was like, damn, you're a formidable opponent. We had a great battle going into All In, and we had an amazing match at the show. So like, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for that. I think that was probably the best part about it for me. Loving all this. Toni's wrestling Athena, so you can do anything in the world at this point, and I'm going to be happy.
It's crazy because I feel like when Athena's on TV, you know what I keep thinking to myself? This is long overdue.
Way long overdue.
This should have happened. Like everything we're seeing right now feels like it should have happened already.
Yeah, I mean, it's with the landscape and thinking about what had happened and what's been going on. Like it was packed with the most talented women in the world and hard to get time on TV and all these things. But Athena's been doing something most of these women will never even get to experience, what she did in ROH and leading that company and being the champion, the longest reigning ROH champion of any of all time. So like she was doing something, but now we need to be seeing her doing it over here. And I hope that she's featured more on all the television shows.
So two things. One, I know because you're a Ring of Honor fan.
Yep.
And two, you tweeted the other day, you said it would take 3 things to fix Ring of Honor. So here are my 2 questions. One, what are those 3 things? And bam, if those 3 things don't happen, what do you think the future of Ring of Honor is looking like?
One, yeah, right, Denise. Send cash if you guys think I'm going to give up those 3 ideas right here on the show for nothing.
You got to do it, Reg.
Absolutely not. And 2,
the cash has been sent.
The cash has not been sent.
What are the 3 things?
Send the motherfucking money.
I can probably predict the 3 things.
Go for it. Try it.
I think you're going to the 3 things is 1, for people that if they actually cared to like really promote Ring of Honor. I'm assuming it's one of them. No? Okay, 2. The Get 'em Off Honor Club?
No.
Oh, sure. Okay, now you got to give the 3 things.
I'm not giving up the 3 things.
Give the 3 things.
Absolutely not. That's not what this is.
That your tweet was a bluff and you don't actually have 3 things. That's what I'm thinking.
My tweet, listen, let me do what I need to do, Denise, okay?
Okay, then. Fine. Go draft the email to Tony Khan.
It's so funny, though, because we were talking earlier about the press conference after the show, because Athena was a part of it. And so when Athena, the next defense Ring of Honor show, I think is Death Before Dishonor. If she defends successfully, she'll be 1,000 days as the Ring of Honor World Champion. So I wanted to be like, is there anything left to do a Ring of Honor? But she eventually got to it where she was like, actually, I'm not done with Ring of Honor. There's still more things that I want to do. So it looks like she's going to be doing double duty. But one of the things they've already been doing it, Denise, is they've been simulcasting the show on YouTube. And I think anytime they put it on YouTube, a lot more fans are tuned into it. And anytime it feels accessible.
You've actually been putting it on YouTube?
Yeah, the last maybe.
Wait, live though?
Not live, like they'll simulcast it at the same time that they do us on Honor Club. So they're like, it's coming on.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay,
Thursday
so
at 4.
It's live when it's supposed to be airing.
Essentially,
but not live, but live to tape. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So
see, okay, but here's the thing: like, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know they were doing that. So that's what I'm saying: is get the word out, promote.
When I said that, somebody was like, "Wait, no, listen, Denise, go, stop. You're gonna
I'm just saying, Reg, you want to save your Ring of Honor? We got to make it happen. Because at this point, Ring of Honor, to me, feels like the forgotten child.
It does. It deserves so much more, especially after the show on Friday, Denise. Like, it was fire. Like, if you haven't seen Takeshita and Bandito, like, get your life together. Go watch that shit right now. That show was amazing. But my issue that I had that day, Denise, is like, they announced like 6 of the matches for that day, like 2 hours before the show. Like, nobody knew. Like, we knew like 5 of the matches, but then they were like, oh, Michael Oku and Echicero is going to wrestle. But that was like 2 hours before the show. And it's like, maybe just like advertise all this in advance. And you have to super advertise. I'm saying you got to be out loud with this advertisement. Cause like, if they're going to have shows on YouTube, everybody should know. And you got to be extra with it. If they're going to, anything that they're going to be doing, you have to be out loud about it. That's what I'm saying about like, if you just announce, hey, in 2 weeks, we're going to have this ROH match, and you start saying that ROH is attached to the tapings because they are, if you let people know, people will be more excited about it.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially right now. Here's the thing. When there's so much wrestling, at least for me, I'm the kind of viewer that is drawn to the things that feel like a big deal.
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel like a big deal, if you don't treat it like a big deal, I'm kind of the out where I'm thinking, oh, it's not a big deal to you. Why should it be a big deal to me?
Let me ask you a question.
What would get me to watch Ring of Honor?
No. Could you be convinced to watch a taped show?
Yeah, because I watched Impact now.
Okay.
And they have a lot of tape shows. And I try my
best. That's the response I was looking for. Yeah.
To not fucking see spoilers, which I've been really good at, actually. I'm really good at avoiding spoilers. Even the times that WB has to do some tape shows, I've been very good at avoiding all the spoilers.
Stay off social media, you can do it. Like, I've done it. I'm just not being on there because people will ruin it, but you just got to stay away from it.
Right. No, I feel like usually wrestling websites, they'll put like, spoilers for the TV
Yeah,
taping, blah, blah, blah. The only time it gets spoiled is if all of a sudden it becomes a big conversation on social
right.
media. That's the
Mhm.
only other way that it'll get spoiled. But for the most part, things don't get spoiled for me.
Okay, I see it. I hear you. So people will watch a tape show if they are given a reason to, if they feel like it's important.
I think they'll watch if they just enjoy the product every
Hmm.
week, though.
Hmm.
Every week, though. Every week. If it feels like there's buzz and there feels like there's a reason for me to
It
watch,
has to be every week. Like you
every
can't
week.
just
Yeah.
go off of the laurels of like it's Ring of
Not
Honor. Like it
me.
has to be like
Not me.
something,
No, I
something,
need more than
something.
that.
That's
I need
fair.
way more than that because
What?
nothing's gotten me. I think I have Honor Club and
Mhm.
I won't even go on to go watch.
I mean, you're making great points, Denise. Like you said earlier, there's only so much time. If we're watching all these shows, and I have 2 hours to dedicate to something else. Like you got to really give people a reason for that 2 hours. So I hear you.
Right. I think the last time I was considering tuning into Ring of Honor was when everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, you should see the work Athena's doing. You should see the work Athena's doing." Like, I should tune into Ring of Honor,
Never
But
did.
then if I keep hearing, if here's the thing, like it's word of mouth, man. If I hear fans say, "Hey, they're doing this really great story. You should really see the work that this person's doing there." Okay, great. That might be intriguing enough for me to finally decide to tune in.
But somebody could get you to watch that show.
Yeah, but not religiously, probably.
Okay.
It's hard. It's hard, Reg.
It's hella hard, Denise.
That's
Especially
it. My
it's
days are
behind a
already
paywall
devoted to
too.
somebody.
Right. That's fair. That's
All
fair.
right, let's see. We got Infamous Raider Loco here who says, "Oh yeah, side note, my baby girl moving to Georgia. She's also 19, but still my baby girl.
Baby
Glad to spend the
girl.
last few weeks with her before she goes. No lie, I'ma cry like a baby when I give her a last hug, but very proud of her going. I
Is she
Yeah,
going to
no, that is
college?
that. I'm assuming 19 is the age to go. That's always hard. I hope none of my
Well, congrats
siblings
to you,
move.
man. Getting somebody,
Yeah,
getting a child out there. That's hard.
that is hard. No, I feel like for parents, you should just like, if your kid feels like they could go out into the world, that's like a testament to how you were raised.
Exactly. Right. Because some kids can't. Some kids are stuck. Some people can't do that. And that is like Denise
There
said, a
are some
testament to being
parents
raised.
begging their kids, move out, get a
That's a
job.
fact. Please leave. Go get a job. Leave out of the house. I'm tired of seeing you. There are parents that legit do that.
Thank you, Infamous Raider Loco. We got Dave Cost here, who says, "Welcome back. Hanger's promo was great. Then the show for me fell off a cliff. They're so inconsistent at follow-up on TV post pay-per-views. Matches were inconsequential. Promos long-winded. Listless show. Sorry for being a downer, huh?
No,
Well,
that's
look,
fine.
I don't blame you. Look, realistically, I don't think Dave is completely off on this because Reg, realistically, coming off of All In and everything else that happened on the show, we already covered it for the most part.
Yeah, the rest of it was just like good matches. Like we covered like the story, like Swerve and Rainmaker. Okada, I think, is a good story. You know what I mean? But like the story's not being told yet. This is all just like this is gonna be a thing. This is gonna be a thing. This is gonna be a thing. So it's funny because earlier someone tweeted that this Dynamite was so like this was important, Denise. Like they needed to come with something big. They're coming off a gigantic show. And I was like, what if it's just a regular show? And it ended up being just a regular show. But I think that AEW we've come on a number of post pay-per-view shows and they could be pretty hit or miss. Sometimes they're fucking bomb, like, oh man, like we really followed up what we did at the show. And then other times it's just like they're just back to Dynamite, they're back to Wednesday. And I'm not upset about it because like the we got a bunch of great matches. The 8-man PWG all-star match was fucking fire, and like we got some fire stuff on this. But I feel if you're coming here off of what happened at All In, expecting more All In type explosions and giant shows, we didn't really get that.
Right. So not completely wrong, but
No,
regardless, still a decent show because
I liked
I
it.
literally got to the main event and we were already in the overrun. And I looked at the clock and I was like, oh shit, we're on the main event. I didn't even realize we had already gone to the overrun and I hadn't even realized it. So it flew by, man. It really
Exactly.
flew by.
And that's what I was kind of saying earlier. I was like, they don't have to go out and do this crazy difference. I'm like, if they just do what they always do, that's the most important thing. And they did what they always do. They put on great matches. They told a couple of stories, and that was it.
We got Cod Clam here. Thank you, Dave. We got Cod Clam here who says, did Britt make Athena stay in Ring of Honor to punish her? What is going on? Is there like a thing that I'm missing here with Britt and Athena?
No.
Is there some sort of lore I'm not informed of about?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I've never heard anything of that. Maybe the homie's just doing a bit.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, wait, they were beefing it? I didn't know they were beefing it. I'm trying to keep up with everyone's beefs at the moment, guys. All right, let's get through this show. Like we did say, there's a couple of good items to get into. Kyle Fletcher versus Máscara Dorada. Kyle Fletcher got the big win there. This was a fun match, man. Yeah. I had a good time with this match. It was fun. But I think for me, I'm excited to see what we continue moving forward with Kyle Fletcher, because he was probably supposed to be coming out of the show as freaking TNT champion, but after everything that unfolded with Adam Cole, they made a pivot and they went with Dustin instead. And so that's honestly, it seems like they may be trying to find, okay, well, how are we going to pivot now with Kyle? Because I'm pretty sure Kyle was supposed to win at All In.
Do you think it's anything that they didn't say anything about Adam Cole?
What do you mean? Like anything?
Like on the show?
I don't think there was anything else to say. They already said everything they could. Well, he said everything he could coming off of All In.
But okay.
Unless there's more to say that we don't know about.
No, I don't think there's more to say, but what if somebody didn't watch the show?
Oh, you're saying like a recap?
Like, hey, Adam Cole is going to be out.
I don't know if they did, because I always talk over the recaps.
They could have possibly
when I saw the All In recaps that they were doing, I was like, well, I already watched All In. So
did they? Like, I don't know. I'll be smoking weed too, but whatever. I think the same thing that you think, Denise. I think we were supposed to be watching Kyle Fletcher today as the TNT champion, and whatever the fuck happened this weekend was unfortunate. But
thank you, by the way. King just says they wished him a speedy recovery.
Oh, good. Okay, great. You can't stop. I'm talking to Kyle Fletcher. Like, you can't stop whatever train was happening. This can't be anything. Like, you got to be on the same trajectory, got to be on the same everything. And I think that's what they were showing today with the match with Máscara Dorada. Is like, this is still Kyle Fletcher. This guy's still the future of our company. He could be TNT champion tomorrow and everything will be fine. You got to continue to put him on the show. You got to continue to showcase him, because this guy, like I said, I interviewed him at that scrum and I was like, oh, this guy, he gets it. Like, he's professionally trained. Like, they could send him to all the morning shows. Like, this guy is the guy, and his time is going to come regardless.
And people are curious about him. I feel like
something about
they
him.
like him, but they don't know that much about him. Because that's kind of how I felt. I'm like, okay, I'm a fan of Kyle Fletcher, but I don't know really anything about him besides I like him as a wrestler and what I've seen on social media. But we'd never seen him really do interviews or things like that. So this was really like the first time that we got to see him like really, really talk. And that's why I thought, oh shit, that was really fun to just get to see him be himself and be what his personality, show us what his personality is like outside of what you just see on TV. So yeah, I do think that it's one of those things where they cannot stop what Kyle Fletcher is doing, because Kyle Fletcher, I think, is one of their future guys. Like, do not fuck it up with Kyle Fletcher. That's one of the guys that they cannot fuck it up with.
I think he has time. It's going to be fine. Like, it'll all work out.
All right. Another fun match that we had was the Ring of Honor champion Bandito teaming up with Brody King and Jet Speed to take on Josh Alexander, Salcedo, and the Young Bucks. I mean, this was my favorite match of the night. It was just nonstop, like you said, a PWG style kind of matchup. All of them guys working, super kick party. The EVPs fall from grace, having to Uber to the show, having to share a locker room with everybody else because they lost their EVP status, got their freaking entrance all messed up. This was fun, man. I don't know what else to say, man. Freaking, who was it? Oh yeah, Bandito just continuing to show that he's one of the strongest guys on the roster. Brody King nearly killing Josh Alexander with a chop to the back. I mean, damn, this was a good time. This was the can't miss match.
Yeah, this Young Bucks lore or whatever's happening post them being EVPs, I'm already all in. Them pulling up in the Uber, them not having their locker room, them not being able to punk out the referees or Justin Robert or anybody that they've been terrorizing the last 5 years, 6 years is amazing. Seeing them have to be humbled, changing with the other guys, all that's great. But then they're still they are the tag team of the year right now. Like everything that they've been involved in, anytime the bell has rang, they've been the Young Bucks that I've come to love, my favorite tag team of all time. And it was on display here again in this match. They do this thing where they've done it before where they get down on themselves and they're going through some shit, but it plays into the wrestling characters and what happens in the matches. And it happened a lot here. They just like their brains are foggy. They can't really get it together. So they're missing spots. They're super kicking each other. They're like doing all these things that usually they're a well-oiled machine. But since they're falling on hard times, it's playing out in the match. They've had a few of these Reseda PWG 1,000 mile per hour matches in the last couple of weeks, and it hits every time. Like it's PWG on the grandest scale. Like I was just saying about the All In matches, like you're seeing this, what I would see in front of 400 people on the highest level, in front of millions of people, and it's awesome. Jet Speed they're incredible. I love them being put in these positions because they're balls to the wall wrestlers. Mike Bailey did that moonsault double knees to the Young Bucks, destroyed them. They do that double Kevin Knight hits the springboard clothesline, and Mike does the springboard moonsault to the outside. That's like visually insane. There was a lot. Denise was bringing it up of the camera angles
Oh
and the
yeah,
way
she
that it was being
mentioned
used.
Speedball's freaking knees to the gut of both the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
That was sick, man.
Yeah, that was totally sick. Them just destroying his guts is nasty. But yeah, they figured out this like martial arts style camera where they could capture different spots at different times and it's moving. It's fucking awesome. It's visually like how I envisioned PWG, Ring of Honor, that balls to the wall stuff on the mainstream level. Like, how are they going to capture this and make it feel like you're there on fucking TBS or TNT or Max or whatever? And they figured it out.
Dude, also shout out to the venue. I almost forgot to mention that. The
Venue's
venue
hot.
looked really nice today. We got Larice Johnson, DWO member for 11 months, says, how y'all doing? Denise is very fashionable. You know it. Rave girl. I'm in my rave era, even though I would never go to a rave. Are you
0%. You would never,
no.
not even talk to somebody going to a rave.
What do you mean? I would talk to somebody going to a rave, but I wouldn't go to a rave.
Not
I don't like to
years.
party.
You don't party, you don't drink, you don't do drugs. Like you don't do nothing that would be fun there.
No.
Dance, maybe. You could dance.
Yeah, but it's more fun for me to dance at home in the privacy of my own privacy.
Why?
Because when you're alone, you get to do whatever you want. When you're with
people.
You
can do whatever you want when you're with
like
people.
This.
No.
I don't want to dance like how I dance in front of people.
That's the reason that they take the drugs, Denise.
Oh.
That's the reason for the drugs. So you don't when
so
you're on
you
drugs,
let
you don't care.
Loose.
Yeah, you just like your inhibitions are gone.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I'm convincing Denise to do drugs. Yeah,
I'd rather not do drugs and dance at home by myself.
Okay, you good. You convinced me. I'm with you.
Oh man. Dave Costier says it was great hearing Reg on the scrum. Great questions, my man. Well crafted. Sorry if you shared this already, but what was it like in Globe Live? The vibe, the crowd for 8 hours continued. He says concessions had to go crazy. $100 on bottled water alone. You got to plan lunch and dinner at the show that long. That is true. So what was that like for you?
It was, first of all, just like walking up, because we've been to like a bunch of like WrestleManias and things, Denise, and like seeing, WWE, when they go out, like advertisements, they got street signs, they got all this. So like to get to Texas first, like the airport, and they have the All In thing, that felt good. But getting to the venue, it's all AEW'd out. Everybody's super stoked about, when you just feel you're about to watch something you like just epic and you're about to experience it with all these people. So hella people were in line. I don't know if they figured out the merch thing, but the merch line was like, holy shit, insane. So I was in the press box, so I got to be in there, and they had catering, so I didn't really have to deal with they had sliders, they had like burger and chicken sliders, and they had hot dogs because people like
God,
hot
sounds
dogs.
so much better than the fucking catering they had at All In Wembley.
I drank like 5 cups of coffee, pretty much. Yeah, that's so much
Yeah, because
coffee.
you don't eat. Everyone knows
Every
your
10
Reg
minutes, I'm
doesn't
like,
eat.
let me go get another coffee. It was glorious. It was amazing. Like being able to get coffee at any time that I want and while I'm watching the show was perfect. It's great.
Nice,
But
nice.
yeah, no, the energy was great. Like you can people were saying on TV it didn't really come off, but in the venue, like the whole time, people were hyped. People were realizing that they're a part of something special. I think is the whole thing, because you get to see people looking at each other just like, I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we're doing this.
I'm here. We're both here.
Yes, exactly. Like, oh my God, we're both here watching this at the same time. A lot of those vibes.
That's awesome.
That's
we
pro
all
wrestling,
came
though.
together. All
Mhm.
of us sickos. All right, we got
Oh.
Infamous Raider Loco. Infamous Raider Loco, thank you so much. He says,
Come on, brother.
when AEW first came up, skeptical, been WWE fan since 2. I'll be 39 in October, but I tuned in. I also love AEW. Now I want to compare the two. I love and dislike both as one. Both got ups and downs, but your watch-alongs give my life so much appreciation for my Cali fam. Thank you so much, Infamous Raider Loco. And I think there's a lot of people that grew up lifelong WWE fans because they've been around the longest. And it is hard to, go and try to give someone else a chance, especially if you're not used to it. I think for me, it was one of those things where I thought, all right, like I'm going to check out AEW. When I started watching, I was excited about what they were going to do. But there was that skepticism, especially if you weren't sure, like, okay, like, watching one show with the All In was great, but how are you going to follow this up on weekly television? And then once you started watching, I think you quickly understood why there was this hype, why there was this interest. And then I'm pretty sure it just kind of grew from there for those that do watch.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, Raider Loco, you follow some of my stuff and you know how I be talking and feeling on here, but I don't know if AEW didn't exist, I wouldn't I don't
Reg
know
would
where I
be
would
dead.
be. I'd be dead.
You're like, I
be
wouldn't
dead.
exist.
There wouldn't be any of me. Like I wouldn't if I just had to talk about WWE only, I would have been then. It would have been over with. So I'm happy this place came at the perfect time. Anytime wrestling can make me feel like 12-year-old Reg, like I'm all the way in. Like that's what I search for. That's the high. That's the thing. Anytime I can get out of being a writer, being a podcaster, being that fool, and just be a fucking fan, that's when the vibes are really real. And AEW consistently does that. I was already in because I'm a big Young Bucks fan and I was at PWG and I knew what was going to come of it and it wasn't going to be hard to convince me. But it's funny seeing it now. Like a lot of people out of this weekend were like, I watched All In for the first time and these are my thoughts and these are my feelings. And
that's crazy.
Which is nuts. But wrestling for so long has been people complain about tribalism, but wrestling made us tribalists. WWE for so long was we're the best, everybody else that's not us sucks. WCW's whole thing was we're gonna put WWE in the fucking ground. ECW was saying both of those companies suck. We're built on it. It's tribalism is forever, and so it's super extreme, but just take it. I don't know.
I think it feels worse now because of social media.
Totally.
And also because nowadays you could literally just be like a regular person tweeting, hey, I'm at AEW, and you post a picture of yourself and everyone's like, fuck you, you better die because you're at an AEW show. You don't even have to do anything bad. Or let's say you're like, oh, I really love this WWE match. And then there'll be someone in the comments that I'll be like, yeah, well, it wasn't better than this match that happened in AEW. And you see it because that is what it's like now on social media. You don't even have to tweet anything ugly. You don't even have to be like, oh, AEW sucks or WWE sucks to get tribalism in your comments. You can literally just be existing and it'll exist there in social media.
Yeah, social media. It's funny because I talked all that shit and my DMs are filled with people calling me fucking idiots, saying I'm the worst rapper, all of this. Not because I'm bad at rap, not because they all hate me because I like AEW. That's the that's the basis of all this. Is they're like, this fool likes a different company than me. He should stop making music. His hats are down. I'm like, dude,
he's gotta die.
I'm like, I follow the numbers. I know you didn't listen to the music. And anytime fools say that, I'm like, even if I wanted to be judged, I wouldn't let you judge me. What the fuck do you know about hip hop, you fucking loser? But that's another story for another day. Oh, I'm
Reg
gonna
is
let
getting heated. Reg is getting
fool that
heated.
only listens to wrestling theme songs as music judge how I fucking rap. Get the fuck out of my goddamn mentions, you fucking idiot.
Did you see that person who went viral because they had a championship belt and they were trying to I don't even want to run down the whole thing. It was like it went freaking like millions of views because this guy was, I forgot what the original tweet even was.
They were talking about the Jacob Fatu song.
Oh, is that what the original tweet was? Because I'm sorry, this was a few weeks ago, so I don't really remember.
Jacob Fatu says the N-word in his song, so people are defending it. That guy was defending Jacob Fatu. He was saying Jacob can say whatever he wants because I have this belt. I don't know what that has to do with the story, but
yeah, and then he responded to somebody who I guess had a picture of themselves with the championship belt, and then he wrote like, "You don't even have an updated belt," and then did a whole video. Oh my god, that shit was like, what am I seeing on this timeline right now? This is it was, I'm not even gonna lie, it was funny as fuck. I was just hilarious. Like, what is this? What is happening? Like, this is what we've come to as a society. You don't have an opinion because you know what? I have a cooler belt than you do.
Fuck your opinion, dog. My belt is better than yours. What? Like what?
Reg, I'm done with, bro.
In that guy's brain, he was like, I don't give a fuck about this. My belt,
I only have the Toys R Us
that
version.
Belt is old. Get that old shit out of here, Denise. Your opinion does not matter. That old ass belt. What do you mean? I'm not even gonna listen to you anymore.
I'm cooked, guys. I'm cooked.
I got this new. The bro said I got a newer belt. In the mirror, he took a mirror selfie too.
Bro, that shit got millions of views, dude.
He probably gonna get a deal.
I saw that and I thought,
spreads faster than love does.
Oh my god. Yeah, I actually just saw a study, by the way, that said that you form stronger bonds and friendships with people if you equally dislike something more than if you really like something. Isn't that crazy?
We are cooked. We are cooked as a society. Like, you're rewarded for that shit instead of like the good shit.
That is so funny.
Because like anytime I talk shit about WWE, or I don't even be talking shit about WWE, I say a bit. Those tweets are like, everybody in the world sees those tweets. But if I'm like, hey, I'm having a nice day eating a sandwich.
No one gives a fuck.
Nobody care about that shit. They don't care about that.
They're like, oh, he had a nice day to sandwich. I don't care.
I don't have a nice day.
So funny. Oh my gosh. Infamous Rate Your Loco. Thank you so much. We got Dave Cost here who says, I already read that one. Marcus M. Marcus, thank you so much. He says, I love AEW focused on their women and not the surprises for the gauntlet match. I'm glad Queen Aminata is getting the opportunity to shine. So let's get into that. That was very, very fun. First of all, that happened on All In. But then today we had the $100,000 four-way fight between Willow, Chris, Thekla, and Queen Aminata. And what we saw a lot in this match was Willow and Chris going at it and Thekla and Queen Aminata going at it. People have really been talking a lot about Thekla and Queen Aminata ever since we saw them on Dynamite a couple weeks ago because there was some hard-hitting action going there, okay? And people it got people talking. And now it seems like there's more there to do. I think if they wanted to, they can really give this a little bit more attention, which it seems like they might.
Yeah, anytime you stumble in a gem of a little feud like this, I think you got to keep going with it. Yeah, the buzz that was building online, Aminata is amazing with her Twitter. Anything that she does on Twitter, she's amazing, and she's been playing into this character, into this role. She's been like, yeah, I have been beating her ass, and I'll do it again. Like, she hasn't been shying away from people saying that she's stiff. And Thekla's has been gaining a lot of fanfare in AEW, even though she's playing a heel. But I think that the kind of spooky bits that she adds in and how she's does all these kind of random weird things and maneuvers, I think is really growing on people. Them adding in Sky and Julia to the story is super interesting.
Like what's happening with her and with them and Thekla?
They're spooky too, Denise. What do you mean? They're trying to be the spooky crew together.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, damn. I didn't know all the spooky girls had to hang.
You know the spooky girls had to hang. That's the thing. But yeah, I think that all four of these women in this match, it was awesome. Them continuing the Stat and Willow thing. I think they're going to fight until they're friends again. So I really like that story. Just keep having them brawl, keep having them go at it until they eventually kiss and hug and they become the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions whenever that fucking happens. I think, opportunities like this are great. They're going to need an opponent for Mercedes. And I think this is also playing a role in that too, because beyond this being for big money these big money matches they've been having recently. You need contenders for that TBS championship, and all 4 of these women are all contenders that you could have right now off the bat of that. So I think this is a great way to showcase those women. Queen Aminata is really building her thing up. Like, she's going to be a viable contender for Mercedes here.
I feel like the Stekla thing is making Queen Aminata feel more noticeable on the roster because before she was just kind of there. And now she's like, okay, Queen Aminata, I'm learning a little bit more about you. All right, let's go.
You know when I really noticed it, Denise, was this weekend at All In. Her pop, when her song hit, like the crowd was like hype. And I was like, oh, okay, like something is working on TV that's translating to the live crowd.
Now, that Casino Gauntlet match was very fun at All In.
That shit was hot. Yeah.
We got Lara here who says she even has the old New Japan Intercontinental title. I have the old title, and I also have the Toys R Us version of, bro, look at my AEW World Championship belt.
Get that little tiny shit out of here.
It's as big as my hand.
Get that baby's belt out of here. We don't know no toddler championships over here.
All right, you better respect my opinion, Reg, because I am AEW World Champion.
Unbelievable. It would not be able to fit around your neck. Your head would be missing right now if you had the real belt over that.
So funny. I'm dying. All right. Let me see where we left off here. We got Cod Clam here who says MVP has a wrestling forum website for deaf IWC fans. He calls it We Heard People. He'll even send free hearing aids upon registration. I'm not gonna lie to you. You had me here for like the first sentence. Yeah. I thought, oh wow, that's really nice. First half.
I was like, damn, I never heard about this.
Second half, and I was like, what?
Almost got me. I was like, damn, I am not up. Like I usually am up on like MVP stuff. Like nope, you got me.
Wow, we're gullible. We got Corey MacArthur here who says, yo.
Corey, what's up, G?
Thank you, Corey. We got Dave Cost here who says, explaining to Denise the real meaning behind why people do drugs to let loose is why the Cali connection is coded.
Listen, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to help my friend. Yeah, that's what drugs are for, Denise.
Well, now that I'm aware, thank you for letting me know.
Listen, drugs.
Cod Clam here says, whenever I see Kalani Jordan's name, I drink Dasani.
Kalani Dasani.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Twice, all right? Some of these I gotta hear twice. Corey here says, what's good, Denise? Dope look tonight. And, of course, the dopest one and righteous one, Reg. Just getting home and checking in on you and the DWO. I love how Corey's always on the go, yet he always checks in. So thank you, Corey, for that. Hopefully you had a good day.
That, Corey. Hopefully it was a great one.
Yeah. Cod Clam here says, TK dissing Cedric's wife made him jump ship to TNA.
I don't know.
Well, remember everybody, and Reg, come on. Remember we discussed this? We said, well, would you?
Cedric went on record to say he would. He did the Chris Van Vliet interview and was like, I'd love to go to AEW. So I don't really think that's a thing anymore.
I don't know. Infamous Raider Loco here says, no lie, to follow up on my last chat, having Chris Jericho come in and bring people like me who didn't know outside world of wrestling. It helped me tune in. I don't hate no one for watching whatever. Enjoy your shit, period. Much love. I can't imagine hating someone. I mean, like, look, I don't watch the NWA. Can you imagine if I said, oh, I hate you. You need to die because you watch the NWA.
Yeah, that would be insane. Because I think people think I live like that. Like, if WWE is your favorite wrestling company, I'm with you, dog. They're just like, if I don't enjoy it, I hope you enjoy it. I'm not like, I don't enjoy it, so I hope everybody else thinks it sucks. That's the worst thing in the world.
That's wild. Thank you, Infamous Raider Loco. We got Ten Ruze here who says Ring of Honor needs to be PWG back at Universal Studios.
Money. It's never going to be. I want everybody in the world. If you hear one thing about my ROH thing, it's never going back to its own tapings. It costs way too much money. That's not going to be a thing. They're never going to do it. Ever.
Ten Ruse also says that Thekla equals Pocket Rocket do an all women's AEW show.
They should. I think that with how many shows that they have, how many platforms that they have, they could at least do like a special or something, a big Dynamite. Like, we need to see it at this point.
We got Cod Clem here who says Steph's injury is nothing but a play to screw AEW.
I don't understand why we're being tricked, and I keep asking, why are they tricking us? And everybody's like, it's for heat. And I'm like, that heat's stupid.
Thank you, Cod Clem. All right, let me catch up with everything here. We got Adam Copeland had a segment today with Stokely Hathaway, and there was a lot in here, man. Reg, I don't even want to recap this
You
because
liked it. That
the
was your
whole
favorite
time,
segment.
the whole time I kept thinking like it was one of those promos where I was tuning in and out of it. And I feel awfully about this, but I just don't know that I'm so. I mean, I know where we're heading, right? Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, they reunite. We know that's happening. All Out Toronto's incoming.
Hot.
They're most likely going to be wrestling FTR. And even though Stokely was like, you guys need to leave FTR alone and move on from this. But it's going to happen regardless. But the fun part was Stokely Hathaway got speared.
That's it. I wish they would have just got through that. There was 10 minutes between Cope's entrance, which I think we should always have, the fans singing. That's awesome. But then like get right to the Stokely stuff. Like we know they had to kind of tie the Christian stuff in and understand, but that's going to be like a slow process. So just get to it, bam, 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 and hit it. They kind of stretched it. Then Stokely came out and he was like, he stretched it too. And it's like, we know what this is all leading to. You guys don't need to slow walk the dog to getting us there. Like just say the thing and do the thing.
They slow walk that dog, man.
Woo, it was slow motion for me. But yeah, seeing Stokely get speared, that was awesome.
I haven't heard that song in a while. How's it called? What's the name of the song?
It's called Slow Motion. Oh, I like it like that. Soldier Slam. She twerking that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion.
What's
for me.
The song
it's
called
Soldier
again?
Slam and Juvenile Slow Motion.
It's called Slow Motion.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I haven't heard this song since I was in middle school. So sorry. I haven't even thought about that song. And then right now when you said it, it triggered my brain. I was like, oh, slow motion. I like it literally
like that. Yeah.
Haven't heard this song since the first year it came out.
And this is all your fault, Will Washington, this weekend being like, Reg is always making songs out of words, and now I can't stop, dude. This is your fault.
All right, we got a hamburger helper here who says All In week was sick. Got to experience Starcast Dynamite Collision and the best pay-per-view I've ever been to. Met Brody King and Danielson. AEW is back. Yo, you got some really good meet and greets right there too, man. Sounds like you had an amazing weekend. I love
there
that.
was a lot going on. A lot of amazing wrestling out there. A lot of amazing wrestlers. AEW is going to have to, because it seems like they're committed to All In being an overseas thing. Like this was like a outlier or something, but they're gonna have to commit to like a big show like this in America again. I don't know how long, but they're gonna have to do it.
Yep. I feel you. Samuel Muscle here says, just checking in. Love ya. Reg is the nicest on a mic that does podcasting in this space. Denise always cracking me up. Appreciate you both. Thanks for the content. Anyways, always. Excuse me, Samuel. Thank you so much for the kind words. Seriously,
thanks,
very
my
much
homie. Appreciate you always supporting on the show, and I see you liking Instagram and Twitters and all those things, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, believe it or not, we see all that stuff, man. Yeah. I already know like everybody at this point.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Samuel. We also got Bert Juarez, who just became a brand new DWO member. All right, we really got two more things to get into. Okada defeated Rafael Quintero as a really quick squash match, hit him with the Rainmaker, and that was pretty much it. But we do have like a little bit of a thing going on now with him and Swerve Strickland, which is what I wasn't really expecting. And we got some, some back and forth bitches from each other while Swerve calling Okada a bitch. And I was like, oh shit, you stole his line. What? But I thought this was interesting here. Did you expect them to go in this direction?
Did not expect this to be the direction they went in at all. I was maybe thinking Takeshita, because after the match, Don Callis is pretty much like, Okada got something to say. And I thought Okada was going to be like, Takeshita, because a couple weeks ago, Takeshita was like, this is temporary, dude. We're going to fight one day, like it's set up. So Takeshita's waiting in the wings. Okada says Swerve. I'm like, wait, Swerve? What do you mean? He's all, hey, man, you fucked up for my friend doing your little thing this weekend. So there's beef now. And Swerve being like, hey, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Bitch is great. They had one match before while Swerve was champion, and they didn't really get into it. And I feel like this stuff and this,
I don't really remember that. So to me, it's going to feel fresh.
It was like just a random Dynamite or something, and they cooked and it was awesome. But like, I want the feud. I want it to be laid out. There's this new championship. Like, this is going to be amazing.
All right, we got Cod Clam here who says, Reg, does slow motion play in your head for Mama Wayne? Move slow motion for me. I think Mama Wayne was in slow motion for you.
I like it like that. Yes.
We got Marcus M who says, Reg, did you get caught in the rain after All In? It rained?
Nope, Marcus. Luckily for us, we went to the scrum, and when we got out of the scrum, it wasn't raining anymore.
Damn, I can't even imagine rain in that weather.
It was hot rain, Denise. Terrible, awful.
Wow, wow! I had no idea it rained. Wow.
Yeah,
thank
luckily
you,
we were in there for more hours, and we didn't have to experience
How
it.
long was the scrum?
It wasn't that long. It was like 2 hours.
All right, that's like average for AEW. Yeah. Honestly, it's like average what they spend. Thank you, Marcus. All right, last but not least, we got to get into the Hangman Page, Hobbs, Mark Briscoe versus the Death Riders. Damn. I mean, really, the big thing after the Hangman got the win for his team, of course, he's AEW World Champion. A good match. It wasn't as good as the stuff we saw earlier, in my opinion.
No.
But Darby basically coming out after Hangman wins and giving the stare down to Mox was really the big highlights of that.
Yeah, I think my favorite parts of this were Hangman's pop, because the crowd is like, he's out of here. He's been out of here, but like now since he's world champion, he really does something to these fans and to these people. Mark Briscoe's promo earlier in the night was great, where he was talking shit about MJF. It's not over between him and MJF. He was fire in this match. The big homie being in these main event angles always makes me so happy. Him and Jon Moxley still have a collision course going on. I know they were focusing on Mox and Darby Allin, but I'm like, Mox and the big homie have like some kind of connection. They started, Hobbs started out in AEW next to Mox, and he's always kind of played this role. So I think they still have something to fight over. A lot of people in the comments are thinking that the Death Riders are going to turn on Mox tonight, but
yeah, I felt like an idiot because I thought, wait, why didn't I see that coming? And then it didn't happen. But the fact that a lot of people thought it was going to happen made me think, like, what am I missing here? But I figured as much because I said he's not a champion no more. So
no, I think they still have legs with the Death Riders. I still think that there's something to do. And whoever brought up Darby being the one to dismantle the Death Riders, I think they brought up a good point.
I'm on board with that. That's the only thing I'm on board with. Darby ending the Death Riders, and we can move on from there.
That's it. That's all.
That's all. Let's end it there. All right. Speaking of ending it, really quickly, the card for Collision. I have a feeling you're going to tune in for this. And you want to know how I know you're tuning in for this?
Let's see.
Ricochet versus AR Fox.
Oh my God, I'm tuning in for this. Yes.
I knew you would.
I'm all in. Can't wait.
I'm not even going to tell you the rest of the
That's
card.
just going to be fire, bro. I want these guys to have a feud.
Dustin Rhodes will be on. He's going to talk. They're going to do Bandito, Jet Speed, and Máscara Dorada versus Hechicero, Josh Alexander, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero.
Yeah, bitch, I'm pulling up. I'll see ya.
Roosh versus Shibata.
No, Collision is hot.
Versus Alex Windsor.
Oh, okay. Look at Alex Windsor getting her shot.
Now, get ready for this one. Megan Bain versus Ty Mello.
Oh, my God.
Everyone banned from ringside.
Collision, baby.
And then so far announced for Dynamite next week is Toni Storm versus Billy Starks.
Yes. Shout out to Billy Starks. That's going to be dope.
See, I knew you were going to tune in. I saw Ricochet versus AR Fox, and I was like, Reg is in. He's done.
God, I cannot wait. That's going to be fire. Hope they give him time.
We got Cod Clam here. It says AEW going 8 hours and saying fuck you to WWE was so awesome.
8 hours. You got to counteract all those shows they're going to have that day.
So funny. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I think that is it. That is our show for today. Thank you as always to everybody. For the rest of the week, I will be back here on Friday to chat some SmackDown. And then also I will be here on Sunday to do a Slammiversary watch along. However, before we wrap things up though, I do want to let you guys know, if you haven't already, please head on over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, search up Instinct Culture by Denise Salcedo. I really need to start promoting the audio side more because I don't know that very many people know that we're also on the audio side. Also, we need some reviews on this. Reg, we haven't gotten any reviews just yet for this year because I have not promoted it enough. So
it's July.
I know, Reg. I know. I did a bad. I'm like this. Like the audio side's my Ring of Honor, bro. I need to promote it. Nobody be knowing. So even if you watch on YouTube, please go to Apple Podcasts, click that follow. for the actual podcast and leave a review, even if you just watch on YouTube. It really, really does help. I'm trying to grow the podcast. We've now joined the Blue Wire family, so I'm trying to hang in there.
Sick.
Hopefully we get some more sponsors, and the way to do so is by also growing the audio side of things. So please do. Again, that's Instinct Culture by Denise Salcedo, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Alrighty, that is it for us today. I'll be back here Friday for SmackDown, Sunday for Slammiversary. Reg, what do you got going on?
Grapsity's on Saturday. Check those Grapsity interviews. Subscribe to the Grapsity YouTube page right now, my homies.
What do they search, Reg? At Grapsity?
At Grapsity, Grapsity Pod. And then, I'm on there. Righteous Reg, Philip Lindsay. You'll find it.
Alrighty, guys. There you have it. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.